Hello, I'm Ren James, the author of these and many other science fiction and fantasy novels, and today I want to talk about the difference between science and magic in fiction, and if actually there is any. Arthur C. Clarke once said that any sufficiently advanced form of technology is indistinguishable from magic. In Jurassic Park, they explain that the dinosaurs are brought back by pulling DNA out of frozen amber, but obviously that's kind of scientific nonsense. We can't do that any more easily than we could bring them back using necromancy. When a story set in the far future, often the technology will be so far beyond anything we have today that it might as well be wizardry, like cryogenic freezing for space travel. That's no more achievable for us than a charm by a wizard to stop aging. The important part is there is a logic behind it so that we can read it and feel like we have an answer and then move on and enjoy the story. Often our disbelief comes when there's no logic behind the magic or the science that we're told to believe in. In the same way, well-constructed fictional magic systems often have a form of logic behind them. Magic requires an input of energy, whether that's a firstborn child, blood, or a true name. There's also a technical process, whether it's a spell, a ritual, or a potion. And the magic then exerts a force, whether that's a curse, a transformation, or an enchantment. A witch stirring newt guts into a potion to create a homunculus is not really any different from a computer programmer using code to create a sentient robot. Neither of these things exist yet in the real world, so it's absolutely crucial that the process is believable on the page. In The Glamorous Histories by Mary Robinette Kowal, magic users can manipulate light to create glamours in the air. This magic is informed by the real behaviour of light, according to scientific principles. This ends up actually confining the author in a lot of ways, but also leading her in really interesting directions. In one case, the magic uses UV light to sterilise wounds, something that UV light can actually do in real life. It can be tempting to justify the rules of your magic with real science, but you can't possibly justify everything, and you shouldn't have to. Some things are best left mysterious to avoid bogging down the story with unnecessary exposition and keep some of the mystique alive. As a creator, I have to research the real science behind my fictional robots, time machines, and spaceships, but I don't need to tell the reader everything that I know. I only need to know the boundaries so that I can push against them without breaking the logic of the story thread. In that way, the reader will trust that it works. The theorem doesn't need to be proven. Sorcery can be left to the imagination.